Hello and greetings, everyone. 'Tis I, the Silver-Quill, but, well, I'm looking over at the YouTubes, and it's not behaving the way it should. What gives? What's amiss here? I'll tell you what's amiss. Oh, wait a second. Well, now it's behaving itself. Okay, that was strange. Very strange. But that's going. That's good. And then over on the Twitch, let's just make sure that I am visible there. Ah, look, yes, there. There, it's behaving itself. Oh, so confusing, this streaming business. Sometimes I wonder, why am I even trying? But the answer is that it keeps me honest. At least, I hope it does. So, with that in mind, let us say some hellos to all the good people who are here. As Swordbreaker12 says, hello. Spring break might be a factor in all this. Who knows? And then we have Cosmeta Inspira and Jetstorm Gaming. Mary Drake and Infinite Warlock. Blue Ink 2025. Gaiety. And Cherry Fluff Belly Official over on Twitch, but I bet she's also here on the YouTubes. Adam Leisman. Grimwolf, Maiden in Christ 3, Glass Peregrine, Inquisitor 751. Not sure why YouTube throws on the 6 there, but I remember. Oh, I bet you're excited to see the, what is it, Old Baelai. Is it Baelai? Because I know the Tyranids have Old One Eye, but humans have Commissar Yarrick, Old Baelai. Atili Pool Cartoon Awesome. Oh my goodness. That's a full name. Amitane Lumity, Blue Griffin. And hello to you too. So a fine green to you all. Now I know my bud Trinary is in the chat because he noted that the snout on this mole, affectionately called the Man We Small, looks like a face in and of itself. I guess so. I could see the swirly eyes and kind of very tiny nose and mouth. He's pretty much just beside himself at the state of the world. Anywho, I'm unmuting the computer audio so that we can have some music, courtesy of course, the YouTube royalty-free program, because, good God, I do not want to have to deal with more copyright brouhahas. I've never gotten a strike, but it certainly says you can't monetize because you used pretzel music, which I'm like, but they say that's okay. Oh, and unfortunately, as both Storm FX3 and Magpie Pony can attest, YouTube's appeal system is not interested in what is right or fair. Unfortunately, it's just... it's the worst. It is just the worst. So, pardon me a moment. I need to clean up around my work area. But what can I say? I somehow am at comfort in chaos. I'm sure that's a great surprise. Redemon 565. Silver-Quill would not... Here's the weird thing. He would not survive Raccoon City, but also he'd be perfectly fine a week later. Don't ask me how that works. The answer would only make you cry. Anyway, pray pardon. All of a sudden I'm a little tizzicky. And then, hello, a crafty gamer. And Nathan Duazo. Man, we're smalls. Right, Trinary. I'll get it as best I can. Seth Moss, you promised to comment some who would win. Oh boy, there's a argument waiting to happen. It's like Death Battle, but more petulant. And hello, Sweetie Bloom. Good to see you. Yes, I imagine with all the clothing and angles, it might not look like an actual mole. I could see demonic. But it is part of the Spyro franchise. as I work on an audience for both Spike and Spyro's coronation, an induction into the Hall of Awesome Dragons. To that end, I need to see, what was it? There's Moliere and Exhume, and then all the military fellows who seem to be based, I believe this is, help me out, folks. Is this Chinese, Mongolian? I'm not sure of the nuance. But either which way, it's time to get a draw on. All right, music's coming through. Please let me know if it's too loud. Oh God, Scribbler's also getting demonetized. What's happening? I mean, maybe one day that'll happen to me, and well, we'll figure that out when it happens. But the algorithm is coming for everyone, it seems. None shall be spared. All right, so General Molinus. Oh, that's kind of funny. You don't see the moles from the behind, but that tush. Look at the tush. All right, so how are we going to do this? Okay, there's a division. Ah, I said there's a division. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. All right, let's... Oh, hark, I hear my kettle, which I also needed before this. So please forgive, I'll be just one small minute. Okay, sorry about that. Blue Ink, I have not seen this storyboard video for Dawn of Harmony. I'm always glad when folks make I'm always happy when folks make more fan content. It's a good way to keep the fandom creativity going, even if we miss Friendship is Magic and G5. I do miss G5. There was good stuff in there. But as I learned at HarmonyCon, there was a heck of a lot going on behind the scenes that really hamstrung the production staff. Different philosophies from corporate, including a radical shift after the death of one of the people in charge, which is very sad to read. So, you only just realized, Sweetie Bloom, that the text on the bottom is specific to the stream. Okay, well, now I feel a little validated. You see, my friends, Sweetie Bloom is kind enough to spend some time with me out of her week watching episodes of Gravity Falls. And on our last viewing, I only just realized, and this is more than halfway through the first season, about the ciphers in the credits. I did not realize those were there. So now I have to go back and rewatch some of Gravity Falls. I know, what a terrible fate, to understand what they was talking about. I mean, egads. Boop. Let's join you and bring you up here. And change the profile to be dual-sided. Why did I say we have a mole, Nathan Duazo? Because this mans were small, or man were smalls, is a different kind of mole. Or were you thinking of Austin Powers? Mole, 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 shut up! Hello, Doug the Man, Steam Pug. Well, things are good, but it's been a crazy time. Blue Griffin, you switched to YouTube. Good way to be. Who's the most despicable character in Star Wars? Ponkel or the lieutenant from Bad Batch? Ponkrell. I'm out of touch. Oh, the Psycho Jedi. You know what? The lieutenant from Star Wars or Bad Batch has at least military ambitions. Krell, I think, is far worse because he knows what's at play and he's just looking to get in on the winning team. He has no loyalty and he's just like the greatest embarrassment to the Jedi. So my vote goes to Krell. Don't get me wrong, most people in the Empire are just as bad. Their idea of advancement is usually at the expense of everyone around them. But that's what happens when you have... Ooh, I gotta make these shoulders way more tiny. I gotta put it... When your leader encourages cruelty and selfishness, and I'm sure this has no bearing on our current political climate, then the people follow suit. It's why having the right leader is so important. Alrighty. Ma foi. So many comments all of a sudden. You've reached 100 with today's restream chat. That was fast. What is my opinion on Gravity Falls? It's a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. I love all the characters, except for, the older teen who is kind of a love rival. I mean, he seems pretty full of himself. But Dipper does a really great job. Mabel, I can see why so many people adore her energy. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and grateful to Sweetie Bloom for both showing it to me and taking time out of her very busy life to do so. Ay. And once I get this to a semi-reasonable point, I'm going to have to really adjust it. But that's okay. I'll figure it out. What program am I using, Jetstorm? Upgrade from a sketchbook. Let's see here. This is Adobe Illustrator, which I got on the Creative Cloud platform, which honestly I don't really recommend unless you're very experienced and want to take advantage of even further information. But I would say, what is it? Inkscape is a free program that is a very good, I won't call it a competitor, but it's definitely in the same wheelhouse. The nice thing is that it's vectors, and therefore I can alter and modify as needed. Hence how I'm able to turn many of the, well, I forget what the name for this species is, but they are lynx, I believe, and one of Spyro's closest allies. And a far different hunter than what we saw in the original Spyro trilogy. Uh-oh. So begins Sweetie Bloom's barrage of generosity. Oh, the madness. Swordbreaker, you got YouTube Premium? I did that during the last election cycle, and it was so comfortable to not have to listen to all that crud. I just kept it. As we head to the midterms, I'm fully expecting I'll be even more glad for it. But that also says something about YouTube when I have to pay them to not force terrible stuff down my throat. Ew. Alrighty. Coming along. Now, I confess I never played the Spyro A New Beginning or trilogy. I've played a little bit of the Spyro Reignited as it came out on modern consoles, but Spyro is the domain of Sweetie Bloom. Sorry, Lightning Bliss. She's a big fan. Still using and learning Krita here. Cosmic Expert, I do not know what Krita is. Vienna, good to see you. I thank you for following my work. I hope it's been a good run or a fun ride. With more to follow. Don't want to make it sound like I'm retiring. I'm so old now. Although I am also quite old. Alrighty. One more bit, and then we'll switch over. I will look to different inspirations than my mere sketch. Cosmona, I cannot speak to collaborations with Lightning Bliss just yet. She's still processing a lot after all that happened in 2025. I was very happy to see her at HarmonyCon and to hang out for a while. Though I also confess to being pretty darn exhausted by the end. Just because, well, I'm an introvert. And when there's not a lot of opportunity for privacy, you have to dig deep sometimes, even when you're with very good company. Now, I don't want anyone to think that I silently resent or want to get away. No, I stick around because I enjoy. Yes. Bum, bum, bum. Brig, it's good to see you. I'm glad to be back streaming. Ruby Shine, I'm glad to still be around. Okay, and Infant Warlock explains that Krita is an open source digital painting software, which is an alternative to Photoshop. Well, there we go. Inkscape for vectors, which are math-based, and Krita for pixel art, which is more the traditional dots. What are the advantages and disadvantages? Well, vectors are much easier to manipulate and redesign, and that could be very helpful. But the mathematics involved, the mathematics involved can be very difficult / frustrating. And they can create a less than lifelike appearance. You can tell it looks sort of cold or unnatural. The gradients don't really flow as they might with pixel art. That's why I believe most digital artists rely on Photoshop. But for this MLP style, I'm more at home in Illustrator. Okay, now you're behaving. Okay, mole mole. Let's get you over to a better representation. Oh, wait, I guess I should deal with the snout at least. Here we go. Here we go. Now, I should keep everyone in the loop. What's been going on? Well, I've been struggling. My home is in very much disarray, and as I try to tackle it in pieces, I get tired. About 2 years ago, I had some folks come in, hired a group to help with organization. They've made some really great changes. I'm starting to think I need to call on them once more. But I've been working very hard on the mascot presentation for my writing group, so much so that I haven't done any actual writing. I'm looking to change that. I tried a little today, but son of a gun, while I was having lunch and writing, all of a sudden my computer just kind of got stuck on highlighting everything. I couldn't type. I couldn't select anything. I couldn't right click. Do you know what it's like when a Mac can't right click? Probably not. You're probably a lot of Windows users out there. Basically, just think if you couldn't actually flex your thumb. I mean, talk about frustrating then, eh? Eh? Swordbreaker 12 mentioned something like, Magic Girl Gundam. Yeah, that was. I remember G Gundam and its very, very strange takes. It's almost kind of. Was it? I thought it was Neo Denmark's mobile suit, and I always thought it kind of insulting that they're like saying Denmark doesn't have anything worth putting in a Gundam, so let's just turn her into Sailor Moon. Alrighty. What drawing platform is this? I'm sorry, it's Elite Speak as Naomi or Noteworthy can say. I'm not good with Elite Speak. So, Threna? Or is it the Enna? It's either Threna or the Enna. This is Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. Neo Sweden. Okay, well, there's my memory. I don't know. I mean, what are they trying to say? That Japan just can't understand their neutralness? They didn't even take part in the Gundam fight because they're too neutral. But when the Noble Gundam takes down any opponent, it is they who are the Swiss cheese. There we go. I had to turn the volume back up. Thena. Okay, Thena. Mentioning Noteworthy makes me think she too has been. Well, I see her posts on Blue Sky. She is down in the dumps. Apparently, I gotta say, the current situation here in America does not leave people feeling at ease. Oh, God. Now Infinite Warlock's getting in on it with 3s. He's 3-peating. Oh, yes. I have a movie recommendation for everyone. This past Wednesday, I went with a friend to go see Project Hail Mary. I had not read the book. I had not read The Martian, but I had seen the movie. So, one, you do not have to be a fan of sci-fi to enjoy this movie. It is an exceptional piece all on its own. It's even better if you've seen The Martian because you get to explore the contrast in characters. And Trinary's not missing out on this either. That's right, the war of trolling tips has begun. But I digress. Basically, whereas The Martian featured an astronaut who was very much not in his element, but very adaptive. He knew what needed to be done, and he could count on Earth's support. Project Hail Mary shows a person in a much more vulnerable state. And that's saying something because The Martian wasn't exactly easygoing and hunky-dory being alone on Mars. So, and boy, I don't want to give anything away, but there are some heart-wrenching moments. There are some moments where like, oh no, did they? And eventually you just like, yeah, I love this. My only critique is that much like Lord of the Rings, it has, I would say, 4 endings. And it takes a bit of patience. After a while, you're like, oh God, what? Are we going to cover everything? Not that I was not enjoying, but there comes a point where you're like, guys, you've pretty much resolved all the plot threads. What more need you to do? Or would it be, what more need you do? That voodoo that you do so well. Okay. Oh no, this is curious. I just realized that while Moliere and Exhumer are more traditional moles, these little guys have tiny hands. I do not know. They must be a different genus. Hello, Moonstone Silver Diamond team. Good to have you here. Infinite Warlock, you would prefer not making a tipping game. I understand, but, well, what can I say? I'm trying to manipulate, but then I become like EA Games or something far more sinister. Oh yes, side note in the world of gaming, I have some respect for the developers of Space Marine DOS because they recognized that people were not happy about the vocal pack that was for sale. So they are issuing refunds and making it free, or at least you still have to, I think, purchase it with accolades, which are a bit more tedious. But fact of the matter is they saw a problem and actually fixed it, which in the world of gaming is no longer, that's more rare than I would like. And no, I'm not talking about the game developer Rare. For they are a different being now from their once idealistic youth. It's so sad. There we go. Uh-oh, Crafty Gamer. If I become like OpenAI, well, that's a very interesting observation, and good on you for saying so. Oi. Clumsy fingers. Hello, Preston Cox. Pokemon Fire Eevee? I don't know. This is the game model. Oh, interesting. I guess they all went with... Oh, wait. See, it's so pixelated. Yeah, I'm going to go with the drawing. Just looks a little nicer in my opinion. But simply put, I don't really worry too much about anatomy. Granted, anatomy is important. You recognize when something is really off. But I'm more concerned about story usually, and I can give developers a little bit of leeway on the design. But then there are exceptions. Case in point, when Fluttershy, in that episode where she switches bodies with Angel, Fluttershy says that she's given, come back. She's given a wolf vegetarian supplements so he won't eat other creatures in the preserve or the sanctuary. But here's the very important thing. Wolves and dogs cannot survive on vegetarian diets. It's not like humans. In fact, the reason I don't let that slide so easily is because people have been known to try and make their dogs vegan as well, and it's not been good. In fact, I would actually go so far as to call it animal cruelty. It may not be intentional cruelty, but it's still causing harm. So if you take anything from this, please just be aware. Dogs cannot do the vegan diet. And my worry is that when you say, oh, well, this cartoon says, well, then kids will get that funny idea. Because it's not an unreasonable jump. This isn't quite the same as kids, I don't know, they see Applejack drinking cider and now they'll all want to be alcoholic. That's going too far. Anyway. Welcome back, Jared Fluffbelly. Good to see you. Same with cats. Not good for the animal. Thank you, Ruby Shine. All right, then. It's great seeing you. We'll catch you later. Yes, Preston, I'm working on the next After Effect right here. Well, no, it was a snake, right? It was a snake that vegan cookies, but I believe they also had, I think they had a wolf. Or maybe I'm just way off base, but essentially most animals are carnivores for a reason, and they can't do what we humans do, which is essentially pick your food source. But yes, I also remember the snake took a bite out of the cookie, and it's like snakes do not, as far as I'm aware, there's no snake that chews its food. Let's see. This is also a bit smaller and less broad-shouldered. You know, despite my looking, I couldn't find many references for these here Manwich Smalls. Alrighty. Seth Moss, it's an interesting point. Given that we're in a fictional world, is it possible that the dietary for all animals is a bit different? But I'm inclined to think not. Mostly because while they do have horses in the place of humans in some regards, they also carry over some horse mannerisms. Like eating oats, and I don't think I've ever seen a pony go for a steak or something. So I definitely can't put a kibosh on your idea. It's a clever idea, but I also can't say that that's how we're supposed to interpret it. It's very odd. It's all quite odd. It's quite odd. Very silly. Let's get on with it. Get on with it. Alrighty. Feral cats will eat bugs, so kind of normal, but it would take the same amount of bugs to feed a lion, says Ruby Shine. Depends on the bugs. I've seen some pictures of bugs in South America that, well, let's just say I'm glad I'm not in that room. And no, I'm not going to see if I can feed such things to a lion. I mean, it's already kind of wiggy with just the bugs. Here we go. Oh dear, there are plenty of... Oh, sorry for there, Pokemon Fire EV. I thought you were saying parasites, but no, you're talking parasprites. I still like my little headcanon that griffins are a parasprite's natural predator. But that's just me. Who knows what the truth may hold. Okay, now we get into the nitty-gritty of things. Well, first I guess we got to get into the tail. But simply put, I need to figure out how close I make this to the video model versus how close I should make it to this concept art. It's funny to... How can I put it this? I was thinking back on Nintendo, the Super Nintendo. And for me, that was a very golden age of gaming. There were a lot of fun games. There were some bad games. But it was just Nintendo at some of its best. And I thought now, well, what if I went back and showed younger me what was coming down the pipe? And I realized something, that while I like the graphics and sometimes uncanny image of reality, there's something to be said for a game that had decent pixel art, but still required you to use your imagination. I think that's why I have an active imagination now. There we go. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Which bad adopted parent from Disney would win or is worse? Jean-Claude Frollo or Mother Gothel? Mother Gothel. From Rapunzel. I'm going to say it's Frollo. Because he's a guy who may have raised Quasimodo, but you never mistook him for love. He was a hateful, spiteful being. Now, granted, I don't know Mother Gothel that well, but I would say that she may have had her own twisted concept of love at play. Alrighty. Getting there. Whoops, I forgot some of these little flecks of gray in his coat. It's funny, this is all for a push-in, so I don't know how hard I need to go on the graphics, but, well, just because something is fleeting doesn't make it any less beautiful. Isn't that right, Vision? At least whenever you finally get back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You've been gone for a while and left everyone kind of wondering. Then there's Wanda, who became a villain for a little while, but she'll be back. Oh, come on now. Don't you start getting weird on me too, computer. I've already got to turn my laptop off and on. Now, don't make me do it to you. I'd have to stop the stream. Sweetie Bloom continues her generosity barrage. By the way, speaking of generosity barrages, because it's fun to roll my R's like that, I appreciate folks checking out the short in which I surprise the Lightning Blissy Boo with Jasper's aid. All right. Effects, stylize, inner glow from the center. %. Well, that won't work. Let's try this instead. Woo! Okay. There we go. Moles on the mole's body. Exactly, Cosmo Dance Brew. Elizabeth Snowbell disagrees that Mother Gothel was way too self-serving. We're 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. Oh, that's something else. Whew. Ah, yes, and Mario Brothers coming out next week, Blue Ink. Less than a week. I've already seen a little bit of spoilage thanks to, well, marketing of all things. Phooey on them, right? But, hey, I'm just looking forward to seeing it. I had a lot of fun with the last one. Although I remember, wow, what? Some bad stuff had been going on, though. I was not in a mood for humor. So I feel like I missed out on part of the... Even though I was there, I wasn't ready to laugh. Well, we'll see if I'm ready now, eh? Alrighty. There we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Doesn't the mole look somewhat similar to Verko from the MLP movie? Quite possibly. Though I'd have to go double check him again. It's the MLP movies, so they had a different, slightly different animation style. Not bad, not better, just different. Diddle-doo, diddle-doo. Come on, that's a lighter blue than what you giving me. This just keeps happening. I don't know why, but it's hard to close a path with the pen tool now. Something changed, and I don't know what. There we go. Let's see. Ah, Swordbreaker, you're like me. You remember Exo Squad and miss it because, yeah, it ended on quite the cliffhanger. Man, even a continuation of where they left off. There we go. Getting there, though it's going to be one wild hat. Actually, maybe I'll just give him... I'll go with that hat, because why would he wear something so heavy and flammable to a coronation? But let's just do a quick search here. I'm confused now. Spyro, mole... Yeah, and exhume. Pardon me a moment. Just bringing the Spyro wiki into view. All right, so that's exhumer I've been apparently drawing. And Moliere. Ah, okay. Well, it's not very big, but okay, I'll roll with it. Come on. Come on. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah. So, what's everyone got? Okay, so Infinite Warlock remembers Exo Force, which I admittedly have not seen. But Exo Squad was something else. Alrighty. Gosh darn it. Get me the right thing. There we go. Gosh darn flippity gibbets and all that. And it looks like their paws are definitely shorter than I've made them. Okay. That's not the worst thing in the world. But it's close. Let's see. Some have theorized that the guard who came in during Hellfire was actually an angel sent by God who tried to help him let go of his lust. Well, Seth Moss, I didn't hear that theory, but, well, how can we put this? one of the greatest theologians ever is the devil. He can quote it and manipulate it any number of ways. Doesn't mean he actually follows it. So if someone's spouting biblical quotes at y'all, don't blindly follow. Simply put, God gave us brains for a reason. I see no reason to not exercise it. Here we go. Bring you in a little, put you out. Getting there. Swordbreaker 12. I don't know about doing another MST3K style review. I would like to pick the movie sometime, though. Because for crying out loud, I won some of those contests, but didn't get to choose the form of punishment. Now, where's the bragging rights in that, I ask you? Where? Mm-hmm. What's this? Ah. Let's try that again. Oh, and we are just about at the tippy top of the hour. Like 1 minute away, according to my clock. All right, so we gotta flip this around, I think. So there's that. Okay, and then I guess I'll polish it out with slightly darker. Now I remember what had been going on at the Mario movie. Well, around the time the first Mario game came out. And that doesn't look quite right either. My friend Paula had taken a bad fall and was in the hospital as she had to essentially undergo a lot of physical therapy for a very hurt knee. And I was so upset and worried for her. I wasn't the best audience, even though I could recognize how much that work and fun they put into it. I needed a minute. That's right. Now I am remembering my life. Goodness gracious. Alrighty. Here we go. At the top? Let's use our friend the pin tool for this. Okay. See, it's a very interesting hat, especially from behind. Oh, well. Oh, well, Cosmo Inspira, she was doing better. She got much better mobility. She got a lot of flexibility back. But then her mom passed away last year. Her dad passed away this year. And while going to the memorial service, she fell and now has to do physical therapy for her kneecaps. So she is hanging in, and I'm proud of her for all she's doing. But, hey, you just think, wow, universe, can you cut some people more of a break? Please and thank you? All right, let's save this and maybe get away from Spyro for a minute. I figure you all are being very patient and kind with me doing this here piece. Let's see here. Film and video. Fluttershy NHLSS. There we go. You guys are gonna either be terrified or impressed by what I'm gonna try next. But first, we need our subject. Vector bases. Main 6. Yep. Let's see, this is one of those cases where I need Fluttershy, but I believe I need her this way. Oh, and this part's upside down. This is one small adjustment I would very much like Illustrator to update. If there's a way to flip stroke lines. Auto flip. Should look right. Tigger as the masked defender blue ink. That's reaching back for me. Having a life worth remembering is a good thing. Yes, Ruby Shine, I believe so, but I also know that there are probably elements that I have not considered because the world is just that crazy. But yes, the Greek and Roman, they believed never call someone a happy life until it's over. And happy doesn't necessarily mean it's all smiles and sunshine, just that you did some good with your life. Let's see. Now, I have to apologize in advance for this. Oh, well, then, sorry, one more second. I have to just take care of one quick thing. Yes, yes. There's that saying, call no man happy until he is dead. And I would not go that far, but yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Let's see here. One last thing. Fluttershy. Okay. Apologies in advance, because this is going to be something truly hoyable. Also, it seems I made a mistake I really don't need. I didn't need to flip her around like all that. So now I just feel silly. But prepare for the uncanny valley and the terror that is AI Fluttershy. You see, my friends, way back, just recently, a video game contributor, or no, graphics card company introduced NLSS AI. I don't know what all the letters mean, but you may have seen memes of people comparing things before and after they implemented this questionable AI program. The idea is it takes elements from the game and real time changes the look of things, the lighting, the texturing. In fact, in some cases, people argue it goes too far. And well, I thought I'd make some humor at that, at its what it's doing. So I'm going to take this terrifying AI and hand drawn, and we're going to try and get Fluttershy. We're going to see how well these can match up. And maybe a little smaller. Obviously, they're not going to match up that well since they're very different styles. Yeah. Just flipping to it makes me... Give me the Ghiblies. Oh, there they are again. The Ghiblies. Now, here's a slightly moral conundrum. This was posted on an image board for AI. I found it by doing a Google search. And I'm not going to credit the source because, one, I don't want to send people after that person. Two, I don't want to make it feel like I'm trying to make fun of the person. I'm trying to make fun of this AI fixation. And three, I also figure, you know what? If AI, I really can't bestow is the proper term. I can't bestow the title of artist upon someone entering prompts into AI. To me, that's not artistry. That's editing. That's prompts and typing. But genuine art requires a human touch. Now, how can I make you more pointy. Like this. Boop. Ah, but not quite. All right, and now on the interior, we'll make you a nice set of pearly whites. And let's see. Open the swatches. Come on now. I said open the swatches. Thank you. Let's see how these dimples work. I don't know. Here we go. Setting aside the memories of that terrifying face. No, I don't think those dimples work for me. We're going for cute, not... but within reason. Maybe it's too lopsided. That might be my problem. And perhaps tone down the width on this extra thingamajig. Here we go. Well, Preston, I appreciate it. I don't think there's need to respect me for being a Fluttershy fan. It just comes to me quite naturally. I mean, I have to show teeth because this thing shows teeth. Lordy. Yeah, let's just... Whoops. Let's just see how well this matches up. All right. Whew. Sweetie Bloom, who is not as big a Fluttershy fan due to the many misrepresentations of animal care present, not as big a Fluttershy fan, which I understand. Well, the question before Tishel is, would Fluttershy be more of blue, teal, or turquoise? I see more green in them than anything. It's at the border of blue, but only just. Already she looks like she's looking at the camera. And you're right, Swordbreaker, there is better AI art, or at least images. I should call them AI images that are better than this terror, but it's kind of the point that I'm using this. Now, rather than try to draw a tall grass flowers, let's see what we can find over on Vecteezy that can help me do something a bit quicker, eh? So this is meant to be a short. It also is meant to not take up too much time. Tall grass, flowers, background. Nope. Ooh, maybe. Here, let's take this one as a definite maybe. Problem is, a lot of these vectors are drawn from a very low angle. They're not meant to create a sense of depth. Ah, this might be one. It at least has a suggestion of depth. So let's do a little comboing. Combo. Oh yes, and trees. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Yes, no, maybe, nope. Oh, there we go. I think that's just about every tree possibly known to man or beast. Alrighty. Ah, yes, Infant Warlock. I do pay a subscription fee to have access to all these vectors. It's very helpful. It's saved me a lot of time and energy on various projects. But even then, I can take it my sweet time, can't I? Well, we'll just keep working through. But I see what Sweetie Blue means when... no, where is it? That she's looking directly at the camera. How about now? Is this a little less off-putting? I I have to wait a minute because what I say and what I do is slightly delayed in the stream. All right, but... Ah, well, Sweetie Bloom done tipped me off again. All right, so what I need from you, I need all that. I don't need that. Now let's take some of the nice... I forget, what would these be called? Daffodils? I'm out of practice with my flowers. Now I realize I've hit a snag. The back image is not scaling very nice, but I don't want to enlarge it. Okay, we'll figure something out. Daisies. Thank you, Sweetie Bloom. Oh, Swordbreaker. When did I get the X-Men arcade game / Marvel game bundle for my PS5? I intend to because they have the original X-Men beat 'em up game. I'm gonna get that. I have gotten, what was it? Cosmic Invasion, which I thought was a lot of fun. Let's see, is there anything more vertical? I guess you're the closest. So tiny. I guess I need a forest background. Forest. Run, forest, run from whatever the hell that AI render is. Funny enough, it's this one that I think would work well. Oh, it's even called Enchanted Forest. Charlie, we're going to invent Enchanted Forest, Charlie. Oh man, they took my freaking kidneys. Let's see here. Edit colors. Saturation. Let's take the intensity down. And then edit colors, brightness. Adjust color balance. Now there's an adjust colors that lets me change the... There we are. Darken it down a little. Or a lot. Take your pick. Better. One more tree. Nah, I want more. We have them all part. There you are. Let's put you. Edit colors, recolor. Okay, and lower the saturation. Here we go. Ta-da! All right, what is this? Transform. 1280 by 720. That doesn't seem right. What size is this artboard? Well, now, no wonder. This can't be right. 1280 by 720. There we go. Oh, seems I got a tip, but I didn't hear a notification. I believe it came through Ko-fi, so thank you very much. Well, Cosmo Inspira, I respect your dedication to improving the craft. There we are. It's not that I want to just blaze through, but as this is meant to be a short little something for next week, I don't want to invest too much time. Else I will take away from others. I see. Let's just see what happens if I make this a uniform. Nah, that doesn't work for me either. Whoa. Yeah, I guess that's looking pretty good. Oh, yes. Let's see. We're going to put this in YouTube Shorts. Now, as much as it pains me, I need to do something about the AI image underneath, because it's just not fitting. But I have ways. Evil ways, maybe. Come on. Looks like her mind is cracked in that. Yeah, quite possibly. I'm not going to force y'all to keep watching that. Ah, well, okay. I may have. All right, image size. Resolution. Huh? Oh, I guess. Okay. And then we go image. Canvas size. 1280. I said 1280. There you go. Wrong. Oh. Phooey. Here we go. Let's try this again. Image size, I should have. All right. Height is 720. Resolution is 300. Okay, now image canvas size. Width 1280. That's better. And now select, modify, expand by just 1 pixel. Let's see how their fill has done. Inverse, isolate, subject, sky. Will you discard the current selection? Cancel. Man, where's the fill? Fill. Content aware fill. Ah! It got even worse. Didn't think it was possible. Generative fill. Standard features, use generative credits, blah, blah, blah. So this is what the... Oh, God, it's AI still. A flower field at sunset. I don't know if this is going to work. Sweet merciful crud, it worked. I'm not as happy about that as I should be. The most terrifying face Rainbow Dash has made, Preston Cox? That would be... where would that be? That would be at a comic issue where she's suffering a case of the grumps. And in doing so, she turns quite murderously towards Tank. It's a terrifying image. Just terrifying, I tells you. There we go. All right. Well, I'm going to shrink down Fluttershy now because apparently I've made more room. Okay. I'm going to say this. Can I get away from those? I will say it's pretty impressive that it could extend this background. I can't really make out where the seam was. Doesn't change the fact, though, that it's generative. It's not anything chosen or directed by a creative mind. I think there's a difference between an imaginative mind and a creative mind, if that makes sense. Folks with imagination, I can understand why they might turn to AI to generate some images, especially if they're not familiar with a lot of drawing. But a creative mind would want to learn how to draw. And I think that's important. Let's check the... Maybe a... Whoops. I think that'll work. So the idea is that I'll have this line coming across and changing everything. Ah, yes, the pony generator, Sweetie Boom. An early start for all good folks, but I'm glad you upgraded your OC with time. Trinary, I don't think finding a way to make Fluttershy uncute is a success or triumph. No, sir. All right, so next up, we got to do one more thing. AI meme. Oh, it's DLSS. That's what I'm doing wrong. And so yeah, people make different jokes. But I wonder if there's a specific look for the DLSS 5 on and off. Doesn't look like it. All right, well, that just makes it easy. Let's make you... Oh, need to flip that. Oh, and I've run through all my music again, as is my punch on. Now with white text, DLSS 5 off. And let's make it Helvetica because Helvetica bold. It's actually kind of funny, the history of a font. Right after World War II, they came up with Helvetica for government documents because they wanted to convey a sense of balance, even with the war's end. An interesting idea. I don't know how many people really appreciate that, but that's okay. Let's put a new DLSS5 off. And on. And we'll make this red. Who would win in a shipping battle? Seth Moss wonders. Me or Sweetie Bloom? Well, I've had some ideas about having a fun competition with that. Unfortunately, life got crazy and I wasn't able to enact it in time for Valentine's Day. But the idea is there. Now, just a little bit more of the stuff. All right, so that's all set. And then let's see, what else can I do? Need to go into the records on this one. Video projects after the fact. Magic sheep. There we go. I just need the Silver-Quill side of things. All right. Mary Drake, you too walk the path of the shipper, as you should. All right. Giant flying sheep. Those are clouds. Notes Grimwolf. Hello. Glad I saved before I did this. Oh, cancel. Sweetie Bloom completes her barrage. Now, I'm gonna... Now, how can I do this? Need to take this wing and learn to fly. Quill wing. Delete the head, but not the wing. And I'll use my expressions take care of the rest. But I guess I might as well get his full body in just in case. All right, so the idea is that there's going to be a wipe going from left to right as we transition between the two styles. And Silver, being morally offended at what they're doing to his fave pony, pushes it back. Yep, attack of the headless quill. All right, so with that, scripts multi-exporter, 200% scaling, older graphics, open, and all right, that'll get it all together. And we want this on the layers. 6 of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Marvelous. Ugh. That is a mark of true horror. Ah, ma foi. So, we got about 10 more minutes to the top of the hour, so how about we go back to... That was a nice little break, but I should not lose sight of what I'm trying to work on. Let's see, I think I figured out a little bit of something in that time away. Sometimes you have to look at it with fresh eyes. Mole Man. ID for story. A Purdon won't find romantic couples for group of sheep is called the sheeper. A Purdon hoon find. I'm not familiar with that Grimwolf. There we go. Alrighty. Boop, boop, boop. And funny feather. Its colors are all over the place. Person, you're in a bus with a cell phone. My goodness. I hope you're not using up a lot of data trying to stream with me. I appreciate it, but I'm not worth it. Actually, I guess there's a question. I wonder if like Greyhound buses have introduced Wi-Fi, because that would certainly make the trip at least more tolerable for folks traveling. A person who finds romantic couples for sheep. It's called the sheeper. There we go. Now I'm following you. Although I am curious about that Sheep Detectives movie coming out. A surprisingly wealthy shepherd is killed, and the sheep for whom he cared so wonderfully decide that they're going to solve the case based on the murder mysteries he would read to them before the end of the day. Okay. And let's add a little divot here too. With perhaps more of a downward angle as well. Here we go. Why are there two anchor points? I do not understand. There we go. Okay, now it turns out this is not quite what we're going for. Instead, we have some manner. What would I call this? A moldy sideburn? And there we go. There we are. That's looking good. Magic, is there anything I do understand? I understand that life can make no sense. I'm just a little resentful about it. But I think that's about the limit of my true understanding. There we go, there we go, and there we go. Alrighty, so I would flip, because you are going on this side of the face. You I will put... Oh, wow, I'll shrink you down a little. And then last, but certainly not least, I shall make with the eyebrows. And last but not least, there we go. And there's that. So I can put this right about here. And come on now. Right there. Marvelous. Okay, now it's starting to look like how he's supposed to. All right. Good, good, good. I can work with this. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Cough, cough, Lady Almathea. Well, why the eyebrows with no eyes? I'm assuming that because they are moles, they don't get a lot of mileage out of eyes. So it's just enough of to suggest that they have eyes without actually subjecting the audience to the terror of very, 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 very small eyes. Alrighty. Well, folks are talking a lot about Darkwing Duck in the comments, which, hey, the terror that flaps in the night is quite wonderful. But for me, I think I've done enough to traumatize you all for one evening. Oop. Well, that faded out a little faster than I expected. But either which way, I hope it's been an enjoyable evening. I'm sort of getting back into the flow, and I want to think about who I could have on these streams to chat with. But until that time, I appreciate y'all just coming here to hang with me and see what's what. And what's what is, well, many a bizarre thing. But that's part of the fun. So, I hope that this is a good weekend for y'all. It's the last weekend in March. It's hard to believe April's already upon us. But goodness knows that's pretty much how time works. Everything seems so far away until it actually gets here. So, until the next time, everybody, I hope it's a fun weekend, an easygoing weekend, and I'm just wishing you all the best. So, until the next time, be safe and be well.